This is Newcap News with Hannah Tita.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. North Battleford RCMP are reminding the public to be careful and pay close attention to a recent phone scam that has been circulating claiming to be from Revenue Canada. Various individuals have been receiving phone messages threatening court and legal action against them for unpaid back taxes. These messages are false and people are reminded to hang up and not to give any personal information. Well, the Lloydminster RCMP have released their list of this month's most wanted. 27-year-old Trent Angus is 5'9" and weighs 205 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. Dwayne Soroka is 33 years old, is 6'1" and weighs 249 pounds with brown hair and gray eyes. 27-year-old Don DeJurlis is 5'5", weighs 161 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information is asked on their whereabouts is asked to contact the Lloydminster RCMP at 780-808-8400. While hundreds ran, jogged and strolled their way through Bud Miller Park as part of the 2016 Lloydminster MS Walk. While the economic downturn has hurt the walk's numbers, as Josh Ryan explains, it was still an inspiring and encouraging day for all of those supporting the cause.
Smiles and sweat were in abundance at this year's Lloydminster MS Walk. The annual event covering 1, 5, and 10-kilometer distances continues to draw people of all ages and backgrounds, helping to raise awareness of multiple sclerosis and promote exercise.
We're seeing more and more evidence that exercise within moderation and limits is actually really beneficial for people with MS, and it's helping them to lead better, longer, stronger lives.
Canada has the highest rate of MS in the world, equating to around 100,000 Canadians. With Alberta and Saskatchewan making up the highest rate per capita in the country, it's a fight that needs a broad platform.
It has to be through word of mouth, through awareness, and especially with young people, it's just talking about it, and I think it's important for them to understand how close it hits to home.
Spreading that awareness has been harder than in previous years due to the struggling economy, something Green says is a reality the MS Society of Canada understands.
Recognizing that because it's a pledge-based event, it might be difficult to ask others for money, and we're well aware that funds may be down, but we don't want the support for MS in this community and the people living with it to be down. So we've really been encouraging that this year.
Despite numbers dropping from 600 participants to less than 300, there were still additions to this year's rendition, such as check stops for a poker rally that will cash in one lucky winner.
So a little bit of added excitement, interest, and just a way of incenting people to hit up the check stops along their way.
Given recent economic struggles, the 2016 MS Walk still drew plenty of support. Longtime participant Bonnie Miller, whose son Darren has MS, was able to raise more than $120,000 going into the walk, and that's before the silent auction.
All the people in Lloydminster that sponsored me, they've been just great. Even with the economy the way it is, I'm surprised how well it did go.
And based on this support, Green is confident that next year's event will be bigger and better than ever.
We're just tremendously grateful for everyone who came out today, and it's safe to say that the fight against MS remains very strong in Lloydminster.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
Well, summer in Canada is also known as construction season, and the coming months will have Cold Lake drivers seeing a lot of orange. The city of Cold Lake is dumping $58 million into capital investment this year, and that includes major road projects. Shovels will be in the ground this week, but city officials say delays to commuters and tourists will pay off in the end.
This will soon be a common sight in Cold Lake. The city is set to undergo heavy construction during the tourist season. The widening of Highway 28 through the downtown core and a sewer extension project will set commuters back the most.
It's a very deep storm sewer, and it's going to cross Highway 28 as well, where we have 20,000 vehicles a day traveling, so traffic congestion could be challenging. The community will feel these infrastructure projects come along because they are significant.
Chief Administrative Officer Kevin Nagoya says construction crews will have to work around the additional traffic during the air show.
There is highway crossings that we can account for and get them done before the air show, but the contractors know what the programming is going on this summer, so they're going to do the best possible to accommodate for those events.
$1.7 million has been allotted to 7 road improvement projects, and upgrades to Highway 28 is expected to reach upwards of $10 million.
you can imagine almost every single person in the community is using those roads. They're going to be dug up. When those projects are done, though, it's definitely appreciated. It gives a facelift through the community, and the people will much more enjoy those infrastructure assets when they're done.
As for drivers, they will need to buckle up and be patient because it's going to be a long ride.